In the middle of the vast ocean, where the waves never sleep, fishermen begin a difficult journey to make a living. On fishing boats, they work hard to bring home fresh fish, the result of perseverance, experience, and bravery in the face of nature. The ropes were taut, signaling that the net was being lowered. This was the decisive moment. All the experience, judgment, and skill of the fishermen were focused on this one drop. Would today's catch be what they hoped for? After hours of waiting, the fishermen began to pull in their nets. One by one, they used all their strength to pull the heavy meters of net onto the deck. No one said much, only the sound of the waves and the sound of the net being pulled up, revealing the first movements of the thousands of fish inside. The glistening fish were herded close to the edge of the net, with no room to wriggle. The whole team worked together, bringing the spoils to the deck step by step amid cheers and the distinct smell of the ocean. The net gradually descends to the water, gently stretching out in the waves. This is a moment that requires absolute concentration. A few minutes or meters of water difference can mean the entire catch is lost. The fishermen work together in perfect harmony, each taking his or her place, one to guide the course, one to cast the line, one to observe the current and the terrain of the seabed. There is no noise, only the hissing of the cable, the sound of the waves against the ship's side, and the beating of the heart full of expectation. The net began to be pulled up. Meter after meter of wet net emerged from the water, marking the end of a hopeful fishing round. The fat fish began to pour out. The deck was soon covered with the silvery sheen, the result of a day of rough seas. The net was round and heavy, with fish swaying in midair like a living ball. This was definitely one of the big catches. In a split second, thousands of red fish covered the deck. It was a feast for the eyes, making every drop of sweat worth it. From beneath the emerald waters, the giant net began to take shape. The fish inside jostled each other, creating turbid whirlpools full of life. Small waves rippled around it, signaling a big catch about to rise to the surface of the sea. And then, like a waterfall, the fish poured over the deck. Each fish glistened silver in the hot midday sun. In the middle of it all, the net still hung, hundreds of pounds of fish still wriggling inside. A living picture of the ocean, just pulled up from the water. On the side of the ship, fishermen stand barebacked, pulling ropes with their hands, their eyes following every movement of the net. Every action must be precise and decisive, because just a small deviation can ruin all the effort. Under the water, the net heavy with fish is slowly lifted, as if carrying the breath of the entire deep sea. And then the most awaited moment came when the net opened. Tons of fish poured out, covering the deck. The sound of fish hitting the deck echoed like a powerful harmony. Each fish was a trophy, a part of the efforts of the people clinging to the sea amidst the waves. The hundreds of meters long net is gradually released with the waves, gently drifting away like the long arm of the ship. Every movement is precise and skillful, from the way the line is released, adjusting the direction of the net, to monitoring the currents under the water. The ropes, the pulleys and the iron frames all stretched out in the vastness of the sea and sky. More than just equipment, this is the backbone of the entire fishing process, where human power and machine power combine to control the ocean. The scene is familiar but never boring. The group of fishermen stand side by side, their hands firmly gripping the edge of the net. They pull, they watch, they shout rhythmically. This is no longer work, but a perfect coordination of trust, skill and strength. The round, taut net was swinging in the middle of the deck. Thousands of fish were jostling and struggling inside. With a gentle pull, the net opened, and fish began to pour onto the deck like a silver rain. Everyone took their positions, ready to handle the fresh flood that had just fallen. The deck was now filled with fish, white and glistening in the sunlight. The smell of the sea, the smell of fish, sweat and smiles blended into one unmistakable feeling. It was the joy of a big catch, a worthy reward for hard work in the ocean. After hours of casting the nets, it is time to harvest. Each heavy net is pulled up, promising a bountiful catch. The water boiled, the ropes were taut as if about to snap. The fishermen pulled in unison, rhythmically and powerfully. The net began to retract below. An army of fish was already inside, waiting to be brought aboard. The deck was filled with fish, silvery white, golden, shimmering in the sunlight. The sight was not only the result of a successful catch, but also a worthy reward for many months of living with salty wind, scorching sun, and fierce waves. Immediately after harvest, the fish are carefully sorted. Each type of fish has its own value, serving many different markets. To keep the fish fresh, they are quickly brought down to the ice cellar and strictly preserved before arriving at the port. If you find this journey admirable, please leave a like, share the video with more people, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying the next voyages.